You're desperate to lose weight and you're willing to try anything. As someone who used to be 270 pounds after having 2 children, and even before that, if we want to just keep it real, before I even had babies, yeah, I was a big girl. I was about 230 pounds in high school. And as I stand before you today, I'm not what people would consider skinny, but I did go from being 270 to my lowest being 170. But as I am here today in front of you, I am about 185. So I know what it takes to lose a significant amount of weight, and I know what it takes to maintain that weight. I also know the stress and the pressure to feel like you need to be a certain size and to want to be a certain weight as quickly as possible. Today, I'm gonna share with you 4 things that you absolutely must, you without a doubt need to stop doing today if you really wanna lose weight. Because the more you continue to do these 4 things, the less likely that you'll ever be able to lose weight for real, for good. Deprivation. We've all been there. We know the sources of our lack of success as it relates to weight loss. We know that certain foods are our trigger foods, certain foods we cannot control, and certain foods help us put on the most weight. So what do? We deprive ourselves. I'm not gonna have soda anymore. I'm not gonna have cake anymore. I'm definitely not gonna eat out anymore. We say all of these things that we're definitely not going to do anymore. And as someone who has done the deprivation diet, it does not work. And why is that? Because this cake, soda, eating out loving girl cannot sustain that. These are things that I like. So the more I say I'm not going to eat them, the more I want to eat them. And the more of them I will actually do. So you have to stop depriving yourself of things. If your goal is to lose weight, you need to start learning how to enjoy the foods you love in moderation, especially when they're things that are unhealthy like cake. Something like cake, I know that I can't eat that every day, but when I do go out to someone's party or celebration, I'm gonna have cake. And it's the only time that I'm probably gonna have cake. So at that time, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm not gonna have half the cake. I'm gonna have a slice or 2, but I'm still gonna enjoy it and I'm not gonna deprive myself of it. And if you're someone who loves soda and you love other delicious drinks and beverages, try to incorporate them into your day, maybe once a day or every couple of days. So for example, I used to really love Diet Coke, but for me, it wasn't something that I had to have every day. I'm more of a water drinker. But if you're someone who loves soda and you're drinking several glasses of soda every single day, work on scaling it back so you can have just 1 glass. That's a big success. And it's what I consider those non-scale victories, because you can't always see the effects of all of the changes that you've made when you get on the scale. The scale is only going to tell you what changes you've made that have helped you lose weight. But something like having several cups of soda, or if you go by cans, if you have like 3 cans of soda a day and you cut back to 1, or you cut back to 1 every other day, or you only have soda when you go out to eat from having it all the time in your house, those are non-scale victories. And yes, you may eventually see the scale number ticking downward because of the changes, but it's not an immediate fix. So stop depriving yourself and figure out how you can have the things you love in moderation, because deprivation is gonna just lead you back to binging. The second thing you need to stop doing if you really wanna lose weight is eating like a bird. I'm sure you've seen those photos on health pages. I've even shared it on my health page that says if you wanna lose weight, you need to eat this, not that. And the reason for it is because a lot of people, myself included, have gone to extreme lengths in an effort to lose as much weight as possible, and we will restrict the amount of foods we eat. We'll even restrict calories. I've talked about this in several of my videos, probably I think my What I Eat in a Day videos, when people have asked me, you know, how many calories are in your food, and I will say I don't count calories because calories leads me to make bad decision making. I choose not to count calories because in my effort to maintain that specific number of calories, I will eat bad food. because I know it's all about calories. So why spend 120 calories on a banana and then 80 calories later on an apple when I could just have 200 calories of junk food right now and be completely satisfied? That's the type of decision making that I make. So me and calories don't work. But eating like a bird is just a bad habit in and of itself. You need to actually eat in order to lose weight. You need your metabolism to speed up in order to lose weight. So what do you do when you feel like, I want to restrict the food I'm eating because I know that's going to help me lose weight? What you do is change the food you eat. So if you're always having white rice and you have unmeasurable amounts of it, start measuring your rice and switch your rice. Go from eating white rice to brown rice. Go from having as much rice as your heart desires to having 1 cup, 1.5 cups, or 2 cups. If you're someone who loves to fry your food, start steaming, sauteing, grilling, or baking your food because it gives you flavor options. Add seasonings to your food so that they taste good. Swap out your fatty foods for lower calorie versions of those foods. So if you love to have your cereal with full fat whole milk, switch to skim, or take it a step further and switch to plant-based milk such as almond milk. A cup of almond milk is about 60 calories, healthy, nutritious, calories, no fat, versus, whole milk. And if you crave sugary and salty foods, focus on finding the healthy version of whatever food it is you enjoy eating so that you can eat it. The third thing you need to stop doing if you really want to lose weight is having a cutoff time for eating. Now, I understand wholeheartedly when people say I eat too late and I'm putting on weight. What I usually understand that to mean is people have eaten a normal amount of calories throughout the day, and then late in the evening, they go and they eat more. So now they're consuming in excess. You can stop eating at 10 o'clock at night, and whatever calories you've eaten for that day, if it's within a normal amount of calories or a deficit of calories so that you can actually lose weight, then it doesn't matter that you ate at 10 versus someone who ate at 7. It all comes down to calories. So don't have a cutoff time, especially if you're someone who wakes up later in the day. Depending on your lifestyle, you might not be waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning like me. So eating at 10 o'clock at night might actually be the norm. I know people who work different shifts. They have to eat late. It's not about what time you eat. It's about how much you eat. It's about how much calories you eat, how much fat you eat, how much just junk you eat, sugar, salt, all of that. That's what matters. So stop having a cutoff time if you are someone whose lifestyle does not allow for you to eat early, or if you're someone who just naturally doesn't feel hungry earlier in the afternoon. Like some people just can't physically possibly eat dinner at 7 o'clock, so they have it later. That's okay. Just don't eat in excess. Don't have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then you go back for dinner number 2. Like, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. And the fourth thing you need to stop doing if you really want to lose weight is only exercising. I've been a victim of this many times where I'll just eat whatever I want and I'm just gonna exercise and everything's gonna be all good. No, girl, it's not gonna be all good. You cannot eat whatever you want and think that just because you worked out for 30 minutes in the gym that you're gonna be snatched, because you're not. You're gonna be chunky and you're gonna be mad because you ain't gonna be snatched like the way you wanna be. You need to also work on your diet. You can actually lose weight without exercising if you just work on your diet. Yeah, your body might not be in the best shape. Yeah, you probably will have like loose skin and you might not look the way you thought you might have looked had you also exercised. But if you only exercise and you just eat whatever you want, you're actually doing yourself a disservice because you're just going to be working out, eating, and you're working out to eat. That's really all it is. So now you need to couple your exercise with your diet, with eating a healthy diet. An average workout for half an hour will burn anywhere between 250, 350, depending on what you're doing, of course, that it will only burn about that many calories. So you cannot afford to just overeat, especially if you eat calorically dense food. You can't. You just can't. You have to focus on eating well. And then when you go and exercise, the goal is to burn off calories and allow you to have a deficit of calories at the end of the week so you can lose a pound or 2 pounds. That's how you do it. So these are 4 things that I've done and I've learned that do not work. And once I stopped doing them, I was able to see the results that I desired. Let me know, what are some bad habits that have not worked for you and you want other people to know, stop doing it? Share that in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up, and as always, I love you for watching. Bye.